we're going to create a new page for our site which has links that can take you to various media but we're going to design this page using divs rather than tables. So to begin with, I'm going to go to File, New, and select once again HTML and click Create. And so now we've got a new blank page here, and the first thing I want to do is to save the page and attach the style sheet, our style sheet to it. So first thing, I'm going to go to File, Save, and I'm going to call this About Me.html and click Save. And then I'm going to go up into the title area and I'll say About Me, or I could say about David Knopfs. Then I am going to attach the style sheet to this page, the About Me page. And you remember in a previous video we did this, but I'll go through it again. To attach the style sheet, we go over to the Css Styles panel and click on the small link tool down here. And it pops up already with desktop CSS, and that's fine. That's what I'm going to attach it to. Click OK. And there's my lemon colored gradient there, so it tells me that the style sheet has been attached correctly. And then the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my index page, my home page here, and I'm going to create a link to this newly created page. I'm going to put it right underneath home. I'm going to hit enter there, and I'm going to say About Me. About Me, and to add the hyperlink, and once again this is an internal link, so I highlight it, go to the link field, and I'm going to use the point to file tool here and click and drag it over to this newly created About Me page. And so now that link is good, and we're ready to start designing our new page. I might just save this because it's going to ask me to save it sooner or later. So there's my new link, and here's the tab to get back to this page. So now instead of adding a table here for the contents for this page, I'm going to add a div tag. And so I go over to the Insert panel, and I click on, so once again my cursor is inside this page, and I click on Insert Div Tag, and I'm going to insert it as an ID, and I'm going to call this container, and an ID called container. It's an ID div. And so here is content for ID container goes here, and so I am going to highlight that placeholder text, and I'm going to type in About David Knopfs and hit return. And then I'm going to insert, as we did with our gallery page, I'm going to insert a horizontal rule in here. And then, so now I've got a horizontal rule inserted after my name. I can highlight this, go down to the property inspector, click on the format pop-up menu, and make it heading 1. Then I'm going to go down underneath the horizontal rule here, and I'm going to add some new menu items for this page. The menu items are going to be home, so I'm going to create a link back home. I'm also going to add a link to the gallery because I like my gallery a lot. So I want people to go there. But I'm going to add a couple of other links in here. One of them is going to be where I'm from. Where I'm from. And then another one I'm going to add is my audio. My audio page. And I'm going to add another one called my video page so that you can see how these different different media can be displayed on pages. So I'm going to highlight these now, and instead of just creating the menu that we did on our home page, we're going to do something a little bit different here. We're going to do a horizontal style menu across the top of our page. And to do that, we need to follow just a few steps here to create this different menu style. So create your menu items, highlight them, then go to the bottom of the page to the property inspector, and you're going to look for this little icon. When you hover over it, it says unordered list. I'm going to click on unordered list, and you notice it gives me bullet points next to my items here. And what I'm going to do is actually style this by going over to the CSS Styles panel here, and I'm going to you notice if I click on the little down arrow, you can see all of the rules I have, and I'm going to by the way, double click on the insert panel just to collapse that so I've got a little bit more room. And so with my list of menu items selected, I'm going to go to create a new CSS rule. Click on that, and it says that I have selected a compound type of selection. So I'm based upon my selection. This is a compound rule, and what we're styling or about to style is the list, and this is UL for unordered list inside the container. So your rule should look like this: pound container ULLI, and then click OK. And then we're going to do a few things. First of all, I'm going to go to the list category, and the list style type I'm going to choose as none, and click apply. So now I got rid of the bullets, the actual bullets in front of my menu items. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the block category. And I'm going to say here that I want to actually go right down to the display pop-up menu here. And the first thing I'm going to do is choose inline and click apply. And you can see this makes my menu go horizontal. I'm also going to change the letter spacing here just to show you what this looks like. So I'm going to say 0.2 of an M, and an M literally is the size of one M with the selected font and type size. So 0.2 of an M is 0.2 of what one M would be with this style text. Now you'll see what happens when I click apply. It just separates the letters, so it adds 0.2 of an M spacing between my letters here. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the box category. Click on this, and I'm going to uncheck the padding area, and I'm going to apply 20 pixels padding to the right and 20 pixels padding to the left of my individual menu items and click apply. So now it's separated out the words in my menu. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to border, click on border, and I'm going to add a border just to the right hand side of my menu items. So I'm going to choose a solid border on the right, and I'm just going to make it thin, and the color is going to be, I'm going to choose this dark gray, not quite black, dark gray, and click apply. So now my menu items, you can see, are separated out, and there's this border on the right hand side of them. So I'm going to click OK, and you can see here's my menu items up here. Now I'm not quite finished with my styling of this container though for this page. I want to change the size of the container itself, because at the moment it's stretching across the whole page. So it's elastic and filling 100% of the page. So what I want to do is I want to click inside the container anywhere. You can select the container itself, but another way of making sure that you've got the container selected is to click inside it and then go down to the tag line down here at the bottom of Dreamweaver. You see there, div container, and if I click on that, it selects the entire div for me. So I click on that, and then I am going to create a new rule for the container. So I go to new CSS rule, and it says, oh yeah, you're trying to create a rule, an ID type of selector for the container. And that's correct. That's what I want to do, pound container ID type. And click OK. And all I'm going to do in here is I'm going to go to block, letter spacing, text align. Click on the text align tool and center it. So I'm centering my text, it's centered the text, and it's also centered my menu items. And the other thing is I'm going to go to box here, and I'm going to set the width of my container to 750. I like that size for a page. So that's going to be the size of my web page. Uncheck margin. And once again, like we did with the gallery page for our div, to center the container div, I uncheck the margin box and I proceed to apply right auto and left auto, click apply, and you can see now my div is centered in the page with my About David Knopf's page. Okay, so that's the start of creating this div. In the next video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add a small image in our About Me page, and also how to add a content div to put some text about us in here. And then we'll start making these menu items hot as well. So there you have your starter page.